Hello there. I must confess I didn't see you there, mate. Welcome back to another episode of Safari Isaac, where we go explore the unexplored. Today, we've got a very special episode for you. We're not going to be exploring just a traditional animal or even a traditional habitat at all. We've got a very special land and a very special animal for you. And it's the land of the Houyhnhnms. So, I'll explain more about these Houyhnhnms in a second, but I've gone here way back in the Australian bush, and we're gonna go find some Houyhnhnms today. So follow me, let's go hiking for some Houyhnhnms. We're on our way right now to the land of the Houyhnhnms, and you may be asking, what makes these Houyhnhnms so different from other animals? I've been talking about how they're so different. Well, the thing is, Mike, they absolutely baffle scientists at home. And the reason is, they look just like horses on the outside. Their body's completely the same, but they live like freaking philosophers, Mike. Absolutely incredible. They have the most brilliant minds, and they live their entire lives under the dictates of reason and rationality, even better than most humans do. Most humans, they come here, and they're absolutely blown away by what seems to be just utter moral perfection among these horses. It's absolutely incredible. So, yeah, they live their lives under the dictates of reason better than most humans do. And they look like horses externally. That's what makes these Houyhnhnms so special. And that's what we're going to learn about here in a second. Mike, Cronky, it looks like there's one right over there. Oh, look at that majestic creature. Oh, thank you, Mr. Houyhnhnm. I've learned to speak these guys' language, so I'm going to converse with him a little bit here real quick. Alright, I've just gotten an invite from this Houyhnhnm back to his house. We're gonna head up there right now. Then you're going to get to see a bird's eye view of right where a Houyhnhnm lives. Absolutely incredible. Alright, Mike, so we finally made it back to the Houyhnhnm household. This is the house of the Houyhnhnm that rescued me from that pesky Yahoo earlier. And as you can see, the houses that Houyhnhnms live in are typically pretty simple like this. Their diet consists pretty much exclusively of things like hay, oats, milk, things of that nature. And they generally lead really simple, peaceful lives. They do marry like humans do essentially, but when they reproduce, they're required by Houyhnhnm law to produce at least one male and one female, and they raise these children without any emotion or affection involved. It's purely rational. It's purely, like everything else in Houyhnhnm society, purely according to the dictates of reason. So they raise their children rationally to practice virtue. There's two core virtues in Houyhnhnm society, and they're friendship and benevolence. Because these are the two core values of Houyhnhnm society, there's never been a single war in all of Houyhnhnm history. War is something completely unknown to Houyhnhnms. Their society, it's in many ways like ours, but at the same time, just the way they practice virtue and reason, it makes it completely set apart. In fact, they're so reasonable and virtuous in the way they interact with each other that there is not even a word in the Houyhnhnm language for lying, as there is in English. That's basically it. That's how the Houyhnhnm civilization operates, how they live. Oh, what's that? You have something you need? Well, he just told me. So every 4 years, this is something I forgot to talk about. Every 4 years, the Houyhnhnms, they have a council or an assembly where a bunch of representatives of the Houyhnhnms from all over the place, they come meet together and they talk about any problems that might be facing their civilization. And as you can imagine, because they're such reasonable, rational creatures, there are usually like hardly any problems that they actually have to talk about, but they usually have a couple issues that they want to talk about and kind of resolve for the betterment of their species and their civilization. So what he just told me was he actually has to go to that assembly right now. So what I'm probably going to do is just wait around his house for a little bit, maybe give you guys some more content, and then once he gets back here, we will continue with the episode. Alright, so I'm still here at the Houyhnhnm house. The Houyhnhnm who owns this house is currently, as he said, he is at the Council of the Houyhnhnm. So every 4 years, all of the Houyhnhnms of the land, or at least a lot of them, they have like some representative deal. But they get together and they meet up and they discuss any problems that may currently be facing the land of the Houyhnhnms. Since they live their lives completely governed by reason and they live like philosophers, they really don't have very many problems at all to really talk about at these councils, but they usually have a few. For instance, one difficulty that they've been discussing for decades now, it's been going on for forever, is there are many Houyhnhnms who think that because the Yahoos are such a terrible race that it may just be best to just completely eliminate them from the land altogether. So that issue of whether to completely eliminate the Yahoos from the land, that's one that they go over a lot. So that's probably what they're talking about right now, actually. Oh, it looks like he's back from the council. Oh, Croaky! Ah! Hey, what are you doing? Give that here, mate. I think I finally escaped the Houyhnhnms. I don't know what happened to my poor cameraman, though. Oh, may he rest in peace. Oh my, yeah. I don't know, after they made that decision, if it's ever going to be possible again for humans to even visit this land. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, so, if you do come back to this land, don't let yourself get mistaken for a Yahoo. Because they hate those Yahoos, man. Absolutely insane. So yeah, that's the land of the Houyhnhnms. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Safari Isaac. I'm gonna have to get a new cameraman. Hey, get away from me. I'll see you next time on Safari Isaac.